what's happening at the Trump rally. I'm thrilled that Donald Trump's been playing Creedence Clearwater Revival. A man of eminent taste, Annelise. Have you enjoyed the rally?
Well, it hasn't started yet, but the crowd has really picked up. And this is why I keep saying that we do keep covering these things. I know a lot of people in Australia say, why are you going to Donald Trump rallies? How's the world moved on? Look at Iowa. 91% of Republicans here view Donald Trump favourably. If anything, in the last year, they feel like they've been backed into a corner, and so they're holding firm behind Donald Trump. Now, I'm not saying that the sentiment I'm getting is that it's Trump or no one. They're very open to other ideas for presidents as well, but no one's going to get ahead without Donald Trump coming in and showing his support for them. So this is why it's so important to be here for things like this, hear about what the issues are that people really care about. And I'm hearing a lot about the southern border. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about critical race theory in schools. Not hearing a lot of people talk about abortion, remarkably. I was interviewing the Iowa Federation of Women Republicans yesterday, and I asked about it, and they were shocked I was even asking about it. They were like, it's just not a discussion here. So this is why it's so important to come get a sense of what the mood is like.
Rita.
The atmosphere there looks fantastic. And, of course, the billion-dollar question is, will he run again? I saw a campaign slogan, Take America Back. Will that be the next slogan for Donald Trump's presidential run?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of Save America and Save America Again, so they haven't quite settled on that. But I can tell you, on the way in, there's a number of stalls where they're selling Trump merchandise, and I was having a look. I usually have a look just to see what the slogans are, and I've noticed that at the past rallies it seems like they're getting rid of old stock. This is all new stock, and there's a lot of 2024 t-shirts, jumpers, stickers, the signs that you put on your front yard. So this is definitely a live possibility, and when you say it's $1 million question, the stock only gets higher the longer he waits. So we know he's a businessman, he'll do the best deal for him, and I wouldn't write it off.
Annelise, we've had Greg Sheridan writing here that it will definitely be Donald Trump next time round, or saying that he might. Well, we predicted Donald Trump the first time round, so I guess we'll have a go at predicting him the second time round. But more importantly, the Trump people are probably saying, told you so, told you so. What are Democrats who voted for Biden saying, Annelise, about the disastrous Biden presidency?
What I consistently hear from Democrats, especially when you have those moments where he stumbles in a speech, that moment where he forgot Scott Morrison's name in announcing that hugely significant alliance, is they just keep saying, well, it was better than Trump. It's better than Trump. I mean, he's old, but he's at least we don't have Trump. That's not going to last forever. And my guess would be that the support for Kamala Harris isn't there. We didn't see it last time, so that's all underway. But I think the really big question is just around how they're going to tackle the Republicans, because they keep saying the Republicans are so divided. I'm not seeing it. They seem really locked in. They're all getting ready for midterms. They all want to get the House and the Senate back. And they're just as frustrated about a number of issues as Democrats are about things like abortion. So we're going to see, I think, pretty high turnout. I'm not going to guess anyone because, my God, look at what's happened in America since January. We had DC locked down. We had just the pandemic at its worst. Who knows what the world's going to look like next year, but do not write Donald Trump off would be my take.
Annelise, all totally predicted by outsiders. But anyway, James.
So can I ask, Annelise, what's happening outside the realm of Trump rallies? You live every day in America, and I know from people I talk to, they're frustrated about not just the border, but inflation, the economy. Joe Biden's approval ratings are going, right down. He's underwater now in most of the polls. What's going to happen in these midterm elections next November? Are the Republicans going to take the House and the Senate, increase their majorities there, and totally frustrate the Biden agenda? And if that happens, will that, do you think, take some of the pressure off the Democrats for the next election? And do you think they will run Biden again, or will Biden just be a one-term guy?
I gotta think Biden's just got to be a one-term. I think that they just say that because then it takes the conversation off the table for other people to be saying, oh, is Kamala going to run? What's going to happen? DC is not the best gauge of what normal Americans care about, but Afghanistan is going to have a long-running effect because they were embarrassed on the world stage. Those images were chaotic, and there's a lot of servicemen and women across the country that feel like this was really badly handled, and they're worried about that direction. Inflation is a huge problem. Supply, getting normal supplies, going to the supermarket, there's still all these empty spots on shelves where you can't find things you're looking for. The mail's still delayed. That's not pandemic, that's the wash up of supply chains still being frustrated. And childcare. Now, that's something that the Democrats want to get in, is a broader platform for providing childcare. Women aren't going back to work because they don't have anyone to look after their kids. It's not a confidence thing, it's not a systemic thing. They literally cannot do it for less money than staying home. And so they're not doing that. And then the whole thing gets undermined in the process. That supply chain in itself gets frustrated. So those are the things that people are really worried about. And then crime. Crime has gotten really bad in America. There's been a lot of gun crime. Even in DC, there was a spate of people getting kidnapped and shaken down for ATM cards. And that's kind of extraordinary. That's really third world stuff. And this was happening in the nation's capital. So that stuff all erodes people's confidence and their feeling of safety.
There you go, Annelise. What a surprise. You stick in a socialist and you get empty shelves and a collapse of law and order. Who'd have guessed it? Who would have guessed it? There you go. Annelise, thanks so much. Enjoy the Trump rally. You'll have a great time.